at least the first time. That's crazy. Yeah. Let's go. So this guy was on the cruise ship mission.
Captain, transmission request from Ambrose Manor.
Captain! Imagine my surprise when I saw the Unreliable leaving Gorgon with so much urgency and purpose. Tell me you found Mother's journal. I'm positively dying for good news.
Don't worry, stay away from more and then lock the place down.
Someone? You mean someone still has access to the facility? Oh, after all this time. Who was it?
I mean, you tell me.
I don't even know who's still alive from Project Gorgon.
I don't know who it could
Much
be.
less who would care enough to guard its secrets. Make sure you have eyes on the back of your head. I doubt we've seen the last of this human vexation. If I know Spacer's choice, getting past the lockdown will be more complicated than just hitting a big red button. You'll need authorization and layers of it. I seem to recall that Mother worked closely with Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over for dinner and cocktails, if you get my meaning. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives. If only I could do the same.
Did you know that Gorgon was developing in Dreamtime?
I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had no idea her pet project was Adrenatime. Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid.
Adrenatime created Marauders?
What? No. I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea Adrenatime could make marauders out of people. That's it. That must be it. Spacer's Choice is keeping their dirty little secret about Adrenatime off the record. We have to find Mother's journal. If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with... Adrenatime was touted as the working man's best friend. A drug that boosted productivity with no adverse effects. The promise of Adrenatime cannot be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be obsolete. Workplace accidents would be things of the past. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to that promise. I don't know. And thanks to Spacer's Choice, we may never find out. I know that I'd like to see a colony where the promise of Adrenatime was fulfilled. And I doubt I'm the only one.
I'm better than back out. You really know your business, Minnie.
Thank you. I certainly ought to know what I'm doing. I spent years trying to break into pharmaceuticals, professionally speaking. Mother wouldn't hear of it. She didn't think I had the wit to succeed in her line of work. Safe travels. If your leads give you any trouble, be sure and give them some trouble back, yes?
Yes.
That's the spirit. Until next time, my good captain.
Cracks knuckles. What are you doing now? Clear mostly like you led and choose to go into this project, and that's that's right. We have to go hunt down Clarence. Mostly Clarence. Nothing.
drop on us.
Oh boy. They're still taking damage. I'm not even doing anything.
Here they come!
Hey, I know your face. You're wanted by the board. Wow. You're a living, breathing outlaw. That is, until security outside gets their eyes on you, but
They have.
let's not spoil the moment. If you're here for the annual Canid review, I'm afraid it's already over. Only thing going on behind those doors is good, old-fashioned lawful behavior. This greeting constitutes your confidentiality agreement. You hereby agree not to disclose the location or existence of these events. Thank you for cooperating. Oh, that's just so encouraging to hear. I'll just go ahead and add your comment to my permanent record. Now then, how can I help you? We find that our clients enjoy the appearance of participating in illegal activities. Secrecy contributes to a feeling of indecency.
This kind of thing's pretty common. Bijou's used to do a prison-themed night. Served fish sticks with tartarus sauce.
Oh yeah, prison-themed night was the best. Plus, they gave away limited edition designer handcuffs. The Musgrave family collection was intended to be a gallery of fine art. And here we are, using this place to practice semi-legal canid shows. Scandalous, isn't it?
It is. You said this place was supposed to be an art gallery. What happened?
That's privileged information. I
Sure you
really
can.
shouldn't tell you.
I already agreed to your stupid confidentiality clause, remember?
That's a fair point. All right, I'll tell you. But just keep this between us. The Musgraves own one of Earth's largest private collections of art and literature. They were going to have the entire collection shipped all the way to Halcyon. Unfortunately, that collection never arrived. We haven't heard anything from the delivery convoy, and there's some purely hypothetical concern that the collection might be, well...
Boring. Leaving. Stolen?
I was going to say indefinitely delayed by unforeseen and unknowable circumstances, but yes. Let's go with that. Anyway, that's as much as I can tell you. Will there be anything else? Mr. Mostly is indeed attending our event, although I am disappointed to discover he did not officially enter his canid La Place into our competition. You should find Mr. Mostly just inside the prep room. Head inside and take the door to your left.
This was my kind of place.
Oh, just hear me out. It's a brilliant...
Oh, Vance.
Hey, Maverick Johnston's newest star. I've got a question for you. Do you know the interesting thing about canid shows?
Excuse me?
Mathematically speaking, the interesting thing about canid shows is this. They're an exercise in futility. Winning is predetermined. Over time, the inevitable trend is that the race goes to the swift. Time and chance are just statistical outliers. In other words, if you put enough canids through enough trials, the one with the most optimal attributes generally wins. Exercise in futility.
You Clarence mostly?
What gave me away? Wait, don't tell me. You've read my monograph, Putting the Us in Calculus, or How to Use Mathematics to Find Your Statistically Significant Other.
No.
I'm afraid I don't really do autographs, but yes, I am Clarence Mostly.
I have been looking for you. Your last staff member on Project Gorgon. The name sounds familiar, Mr. Mostly Fine Furniture Company, right?
Yes, that's us. Mostly oak trees, too. My grandfather invented them, you know. Well, no, he didn't invent mostly oaks, but he did purchase the naming rights back during the terraforming days. It's essentially the same thing. Oh. Then you're not here about my monograph. It's true, I was involved with Project Gorgon, but that chapter of my life is long since closed. Listen, I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me, but let me give you some free advice, Let the past go. Live in the moment. Enjoy the party.
Yeah, but it's not my past, so... Do you want me to keep living in the moment? Show me a list of emergency lockdown.
I was wondering if you were the sort of person to accept sensible advice or respond with threats of violence. Thank you for resolving that ambiguity for me. Lifting the lockdown won't be easy. You'll need to send overrides from the chem lab and human inquiry. I don't have that level of clearance, but I know 2 people who do. The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I washed my hands of Gorgon, and you're asking me to dirty them all over again. I'm going to need a good reason. Right, of course. Thank you for reminding me. Point well taken.
I am heavily armed.
I want a favor from you. Do something for me, and I'll do something for you. That way, we don't have to rely on mutual trust. A grand prize trophy to the Canid Review. I want it in my hands. Get me that trophy, and I'll give you the remaining researchers. Names, locations, as much information as I have.
It's a deal.
What, really? You'll do it? I mean, just like that? Don't you want to know why I asked you?
You're scared you want a trophy to feel better about yourself? I don't understand.
My canid, Laplace, is statistically superior to every other canid in this review.
Yeah.
I didn't bother entering little Laplace in this pointless contest. He's all
I'll be back.
head into the maintenance tunnel is the only...
I know.
Oh, you're
nice.
quite welcome.
Right here.
Come now, Anubis. You must...
Security.
Natural accident. Folks don't mind us borrowing this.
Oh, they don't.
Oh, you don't have to be scared of these canids, Captain. I don't think they're gonna hurt you.
One thing I object to, it's the impropriety.
I'm not scared.
You know, the careers of 9 out of 13... My trophy! Look at this thing! Have you ever seen a more garish monument to the boredom of the elite?
No.
If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today, I would have loved to wave this trophy right in front of his cataracts. I hope you won't take it personally when I say I had my doubts about you. Nothing ever gets done in Byzantium, you see. Competent work is, well, a statistical anomaly.
Names and case sergeants. I don't know about that.
Lifting the emergency lockdown requires overrides from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. Access to those facilities requires authorizations from 2 senior-level researchers, Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. They went into hiding after the project collapsed, but I've managed to calculate their last known whereabouts within a reasonable margin of error. I see you're familiar with my technique. I'd love to show you my numbers, but there aren't nearly enough napkins in this room. After the project shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied. I worked on my actuarial tables, calculated the average lifespan of a Spacer's Choice worker, that sort of thing. I realized some of the researchers had to be alive. I ran some numbers, did a little research, and concluded that the 2 most likely survivors are Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe.
You haven't been able to let go of Project Gorgon either.
Nonsense. I just needed a good old-fashioned statistical problem to busy my mind. Keeps the faculties lubricated.
Alright, I guess that's all I need to know.
Try to exercise caution. It's good for your lifespan.
Oh, fine. So you're looking
You
out for
did
me.
fetch a trophy for my little Laplace. Technically, that makes you my canid servant.
Wow.
No need to sound so astonished. Now, was there anything else? My eye! I was wondering where I'd misplaced that old thing. It's perfectly preserved, you know. Every eye possesses unique dimensions, not unlike a fingerprint. The circumference, the shape, the color of the iris. An eye makes excellent proof of identification, assuming you don't mind removing one.
Here's the guy, but I
Well,
don't want
that's
to
rather responsible of you. I'll put a good word in your permanent record.
As usual.
I'd rather not get into the details. If Spacer's Choice ever asks you to test out their new model of monocle, just say no.
What will you be?
You'd only be letting them into Byzantium.
What?
Make him regret it.
I've always loved them.
Anti-clown antibiotics. Take comfort in knowing that anything antibiotics cannot stop will probably kill you.
Here we go.
I don't want to die.
Someone has left a threatening message on your terminal, Captain. I was unable to trace... Welcome back, Captain.
Really?
How can I be of assistance?
That was weird. Someone left a note here? Huh. I need to take a quick break.